Hey y'all, I'm back out with another book review. I just finally finished Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I have to say it is probably the toughest read because I have obviously seen the movies, like who hasn't, and I knew that Cedric Diggory was going to die, and so I kept being like, oh, I don't want to finish this. Oh, I don't want to finish this. But like, I truly, like, this is probably one of the best ones because, like, in the movies, it really frustrates me because Sirius Black is never in this one. Like, he's there in the fire and that's about it. But when you read the book, he's literally there the entire time. He's super supportive of Harry. He's super like a godfather. Like, he is Harry's godfather, like basically replacing his father. And like, it's so interesting that they completely cut that out of the movie because, like, to me that's an essential part because, like, you know that Harry has a deep connection with Sirius by the end of the third one, and then the fourth one Sirius isn't really in it, and then the fifth one we all know Sirius dies, but you like are like, why is Harry so upset? He didn't really know him. And then you like read the fourth one and you're like, oh my gosh, Sirius is literally in there all the time. He was there, like, near him, trying to make sure he was safe, always trying to contact him. Like, it was just like such a father-son relationship that I think the movie totally depreciates. And that should not be the case. It's like an essential part of like creating Harry's character to me, because it's like you see this kid who has nothing. Like, literally, he has an aunt and uncle who hate him, and a cousin who hates him, and then his parents are dead. He has no other family that can love him, and when he finally does have Sirius, he is sent off to prison, and like he's hunted because he was sent off to prison, and he escaped from prison, and we all know this, but it's like, why wouldn't you include that he's so loved by Sirius? Like, obviously the Ron and Hermione love him, and all of the Ron's family love him, but like, I think it's essential to have like a father figure. To me, at least. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but like, I think that's an essential part to a book, is having a strong character that you can look up to. Like, as a parent, as somebody who could help you, as somebody who's a guide for your life. Yeah, Dumbledore can be that for Harry, but literally Dumbledore is doing everything else. He literally runs a school and helps with the Ministry of Magic. Like, he literally does everything, so it's not like he has time really to be a father figure, and like, Sirius is a father figure, and I think that's so sad that they took that out of the original movie. Another thing, I love that Dobby is like throughout this entire book, and like they go into so much more detail of how what's his name actually escaped. I'm like blanking on his name right now, but how he actually escaped, how he actually took Mad Eye's position, how like Voldemort is literally riddled through everything. And like, I was having like this most depressing thought. I was like, so if Voldemort wasn't ever born, like, nobody would have ever died. Like, isn't that like a kind of like a cringeworthy thought? Like, Harry would be happy with his family, and his uncle would have, Sirius would always have been his uncle. What's his name? Longbottom's parents wouldn't have gone insane. Like, all this stuff wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Voldemort. Like, he's such an evil person, and like, it's funny to me because people think that one person can't change anything. Like, obviously they're like, no, my life doesn't matter, it's not important, like, I don't matter. But like, one person throughout this entire series has changed the course of everyone's life. Everyone's. Like, everybody in the wizarding world, and most of the muggles, like, that you wouldn't even realize. And like, I think it's a good concept to realize, like, your life matters. Like, you might be, like me, I'm a former musician, former teacher, former marketing assistant, former everything, and I know that my life makes a difference. Sometimes I struggle with that theory, but I know that mine does. But like, I have been at the point where I'm like, does my life matter? Does it really matter that I'm here? But like, it's essential to be like one little person can alter the course of the entire world. If you think about Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he's the most underrated engineer of all time. He came up with the internet, technically. He came up with alternate current, which is what we use today. He came up with X-ray before anybody even thought of this. And this man is so brilliant, and he is so underrated, but he changed the world. He changed the world that we're thinking of. He changed He changed the world more than Thomas Edison did, and he was just one man. Thomas Edison had a group of engineers working underneath him to get where he was, but Thomas Edison, he had a group. Nikola Tesla was one man. So one person can always make a difference, and you need to me, at least, this is what I took away from a Harry Potter book, because I totally read into stuff way too much. But one life can make a difference. One life can make it change things. You need to be the person that makes a difference. If it's helping a little old lady across the street, you made a difference in that little old lady's life. If it's going and feeding the homeless, it's going and feeding the people that don't have anything. If you see the homeless, they don't have anything. Nothing at all. And so they don't have family, they don't have friends, they don't have anything. And so it's just you have to be that one person that does one thing that's kind. Just one thing. And you'll make more difference than you'll ever know. And that's what Harry does. He is that one person that tries to right all the wrongs that Voldemort did. And you just have to make sure that what you're doing is good and not for bad. Because if it's for evil, it will totally corrupt the world. AKA Hitler. Corrupt. He had so many corrupt people working with him. He took over this entire country that not everyone supported. You forget that the first country that Germany was invaded was Germany. The Nazis invaded Germany. They took over by power. And you have to realize that you could be that voice that says, no, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, and you can suck it. Anyway, my total long rant is gone, but anyway, most everybody has read Harry Potter. So if you want to hear any more of my book reviews, you can go on my site, and if you have any books you want me to review or rant about, because apparently I love to rant, just shoot me a message, and we'll see you soon.